Hi everybody, it's Ryan from Ryviews.com, and today I'm reviewing Embriona by Psalm 911. So Embriona is this kind of strange game where you are running, not running, swimming or whatever, but it's a kind of, a little moving game, I guess is the best way to put it. Moving in some fashion through this weird little kind of maze type thing. Not really maze, but you're trying to avoid these little balls here, the black balls, and they're antibodies that are the white things. So I guess you're inside a cell or something. I'm not even entirely sure. But so the movement scheme is actually pretty cool, where you're pulling the mouse along, and you can see that little spring attached to my ship. So the farther away you go, the faster it moves. So that's a really cool movement mechanic. I think that was definitely the highlight of the game. It was definitely new and original, and I've never really played any game with movement like that. You also, to go fast enough, you can see at the top left there's a hydrogen meter. Collecting these little power-ups gave you points to level up, as well as hydrogen to keep going. So if that ran out, you lost the level. And you go through the game trying to go to the end of the map to pick up this little green guy and deliver it back to the beginning. So in general, it was an interesting game. Like I said, the movement mechanic was really innovative and nice. And there was a little bit of strategy involved because you sometimes wanted to leave these orange pellets for your return journey, so then you would be able to level up your hydrogen as you went back. So that was kind of nice. I enjoyed that. However, the game was basically the same for every level I played. You're just rolling through, and there wasn't really a whole lot of worry about the hydrogen meter in general, especially if you ignore any of the upgrades. It wasn't really a problem. And for the most part, if you took it slow enough, it wasn't really that difficult to avoid enemies either. The biggest concern I had with it was that I got to the third level, and I didn't know how to beat it. So you get there, and there's this boss, and I couldn't decide how to beat him, and so I just drove around shooting for a little while. And the shooting in this game is annoying, because you aren't in control of it at all. There is an upgrade to increase the fire rate and so forth, but you don't control where it's aiming. So you're at the discretion of the game, I guess. You only control the movement. And essentially, I was just stuck there and couldn't move on, and I found it very frustrating. And unfortunately, the game was not good enough for me to really want to push forward and try to beat it in any particular way. You can click on these white things. That was nice. You're able to make some hydrogen as you go through. That's interesting and cool. But then clicking was difficult because that's also the movement scheme. So you're double dipping there. You're trying to click on objects. You can see I ran into it there. Very frustrating, not really worth it. So that was a very poorly implemented mechanic, I think. I did like being able to use a shield, but like I said, every level I played was way too much like the other ones, and it just got very boring very fast. So really cool movement mechanic. I would have liked to see it more with kind of maybe a puzzle solving mechanic, or some more interesting level designs. We had to go up, down, rather than trying just going from left to right and then right to left again in the same path. It would have been nice to have a little bit more of a maze type strategy. Maybe a little more about shooting. Now, of course, with the movement mechanic like it was, you couldn't really shoot, using the mouse. But it would be nice maybe using the arrow keys in some fashion to aim a weapon or something. As it was just too much of a one-note game. So I think it's interesting to try out to play around with the movement mechanic, but I don't really recommend spending much time on it. It got way too boring, way too fast for me. I'm sorry. Thanks for watching, everybody. Visit www.ryviews.com for more content, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.